live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to your home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prizes from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
From Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, this is Network News for Friday, December 30, 2022. In the headlines, political scientist weighs in on questionable gift sent to major state agency. He says integrity in public life is of paramount importance. Young girl loses her life in apparent drowning at Royal Montcamel Falls in St. Andrew. Guns and ammunition discovered in a container at the St. George's port. No new cross-border restrictions in Grenada despite uptick in COVID-19 cases abroad. Regionally, 3 suspects in police custody in relation to businessman's murder in Guyana. Internationally, Buffalo braces for massive flooding after historic blizzard. Plus, in the sports news, Jamal Ray Charles is awarded Footballer of the Year. We'll be back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. The alleged gifting of $10,000 in cash continues to generate debate in the Grenadian capital and island-wide. Yesterday, attention was drawn to a letter which was dispatched to the local actors of an overseas company. The correspondence registered a local agency declining gifts which were dispatched to its office earlier this month. The gifts included a box, a bottle of drink, and $10,000 in cash. Its principals were instructed to collect the items by 4 p.m. on the day on which they were dropped off. Political science lecturer Dr. Damian Graves spoke to GBN today about the need to preserve independence and integrity in public life. Christina John has this evening's top story.
It was my admiration that this was allegedly sent back to the individual or the entity that offered it, with an explanation as to why the individual or entity that received it could not accept it. Quoting extensively the act or the law which suggests that this thing ought not to happen.
Dr. Damian Graves, a professor at the St. George's University, speaking against the backdrop of an alleged receipt and non-acceptance of gifts in the month of December and a large sum of cash from a purported foreign organization to a major organization in Grenada. Dr. Graves added that if it so happens that gifts are accepted, there is what is called integrity in public life, where a declaration must be made before the Integrity Commission. The professor notes, though, that some gifts can be genuine and can be offered as a token of appreciation for a deed or assistance rendered. However, as an individual in public life, one must be guided by the Integrity in Public Life Act.
In the Integrity in Public Life, we understand that those issues can in fact be deemed by the public as questionable. And it could be deemed as taking advantage of your position for your own or for your personal gain. That's why there's the Integrity in Public Life Act. I know in St. Lucia, I know in Grenada, in many of the countries, politicians, heads of organizations, heads of institutions, middle managers, and so on, have to make a declaration of the gifts that you have received.
With corruption being one of the main hindrances of development, Dr. Greaves says that too warrants a close eye.
It's a prescription for underdevelopment. It's a prescription for financial, personal gain for individuals, which we obviously have to stamp out. So when we look at the confluence of all of these events in terms of COVID-19 and climate change and all what is happening around us, we have to also talk about corruption as part of the difficulty that we need to stamp out. Corruption in various entities, corruption among politicians, corruption from heads of state, these things also have to be dealt with.
According to the Integrity in Public Life Act, all public officials, in accordance with the Prevention of Corruption and the Integrity of Public Life Acts, shall not accept gifts of gratification. If gifts or gratification are accepted, the officer is required to disclose that gift to the Commission, who determines whether the gift is a personal gift or a state gift. Christina John, GBN News.
Police have confirmed a suspected drowning at the Royal Mount Carmel Waterfalls in St. Andrew on Friday. According to reports reaching GBN, the victim has been identified as 15-year-old Keziana Fletcher of Apretu St. David. The aunt who cared for the victim, Bridget Fletcher, told GBN the 15-year-old left home without her permission.
And she brought her and she called us in the yard. I think for that yard day. When about after 1 minute to 2, I hear she sister tell me, kids are dead. I was like, who? I didn't believe it. I was like, take that for a joke. Oh, and then she mother and then come on and say that. They tell me, yes, kids are not drowned.
Oh my God.
Because I told her do not go. Tell her she's not going, and I was there and she left and gone.
So sad. The aunt says, from what she was told, the teenager encountered difficulties and was calling for help from relatives who were unable to render any assistance.
So she brought her today. She brought her body. She calls and she two cousins and she uncle. But when she jumped down, she stretched out she aunt for she uncle to help her, and he never did it. That's why my brother said he can't swim, so he can't go there. Even though he can swim, try to think her. She's like she come like my next daughter, 2 girl children. And nowadays I don't know what to do. My daughter again. My daughter is like both of them is all of that. She crying. I don't know what to do.
Our sympathies to her family at this time. Well, police have confirmed the discovery of guns and ammunition in a container at the St. George's port. Reports say that the container belonged to a returning national who lived abroad for some time. Police investigations continue. Meanwhile, 30-year-old Shondell Ferreira of Laborie St. George was arrested and charged with the offenses of possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, and discharging a firearm in a public place. The charges stem from an incident at Grand Anse on December 22. Ferreira was granted bail in the sum of $10,000 with one surety. He's scheduled to appear in court on February 21, 2023. In other news from the police, 32-year-old Mario Matthew, a farmer of Harford Village in St. Andrew, was arrested and charged with the offense of dangerous driving. The charges followed investigations into a vehicular accident involving a garbage truck along the Lassages public roads in St. David on December 9, 2022. Matthew was granted bail in the sum of $20,000 with 2 sureties and 1 bail condition to surrender all travel documents. He is scheduled to appear at the St. David's Magistrates Court on February 1, 2023. We can tell you too, 27-year-old Kriston Balboza, a Special Reserve Police officer and citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and 28-year-old Stephen Francis, a fisherman of Victoria St. Mark, were arrested and jointly charged with the offense of robbery with violence in connection with the December 22 robbery at the Grand Mall gas station. Francis was also charged with the offense of assault with a dangerous instrument, to wit, a gun. Both men were remanded to His Majesty's prisons. The matter was adjourned to December 10 next year. Other news, by February next year, the Ministry of Finance is expected to report on the performance of the decision to cap freight prices at 2019 levels. It estimates that the state coffers will lose $4 million in revenue. However, government says it is taking the step as part of efforts to provide relief measures amid the cost of living crisis. Nisha Paul reports.
The projected revenue loss for the state, Mr. Speaker, over the 6-month period is approximately $4 million. Now that is projected. Obviously, we would measure and we would be in a position to get from the Ministry of Finance, certainly by February, whether or not that projected revenue loss was measured up or not, and certainly we'd be happy to report back to to Parliament on it.
Prime Minister and Finance Minister Deacon Mitchell recently introduced a bill to amend the Customs Act of 2015 in Parliament. He sought approval for a retroactive commencement date for the cap on freight costs, which took effect on October 1st for 6 months. Prime Minister Mitchell addressed concerns raised by opposition MP Emmeline Peer, who questioned the need for the revenue-losing relief measure. Mistress Peer doubts that the freight cap will achieve the desired results.
And one of the things that came through my mind when the announcement was initially made was whether or not there was some sort of analysis that would have shown that that particular decision would impact the cost of living or reduce the cost of living.
Finance Minister Mitchell has confirmed that extensive analysis was done before implementing the measure.
Extensive analysis was done as to whether or not, in fact, we should proceed with this measure. And let me say this, Mr. Speaker, oftentimes you can never please people. The issue of escalating freight costs was an issue widely discussed, not just by business people, I think, but by the society as a whole, and as to whether it would be one of the possible measures that ought to be taken to, and I'm saying one-off, Mr. Speaker, because no single measure, short of the government literally giving up all of its revenue at the port, is going to address the satisfactorily the cost of living. This is really attempts, all of the measures cumulatively, attempts to cushion the cost of living measures that affect citizens.
The Customs Amendment Bill, which must also be approved by the Upper House before it comes into effect, is designed to allow for the Minister of Finance to announce amendments by an order that must be published in the Government Gazette. It also confers on the Minister of Finance the ability to amend Schedule 2 of the Act in order to give legal effect to the administrative actions taken by the government concerning the freight rates from October 1st. Prime Minister Mitchell defended the policy decision, noting that there are a host of other measures, some of which have been carried on by previous governments for years, which are aimed at easing the cost of living burden. GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Now, would you jump for joy if you were told you just won over $500,000? Well, that's the good news that a lotto player was greeted with recently. A person was elated to learn that he won the Windward Island Super 6 jackpot. Details on this report from Christina John.
I find we were not winning here like, you know what, forget that.
Right.
So, but whenever the jackpot is up there, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. That ticket, like, until the day I bring it to I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, okay, finally get my pension and gratuity from Lotto. That's how I feel.
Aubrey Springle of Satire St. Patrick, winner of the Windward Islands Super 6 jackpot, a whopping $610,000. It's one of the best ways to end 2022 and start off 2023 on a financial high. A check in the valued amount was presented to Springle at the National Lottery Authority's head office on the Carnac St. George on Friday morning. Acting General Manager Cindy Henry says this is a perfect example of how the NLA affects the life of people.
The NLA, we strive on integrity for all our games. We execute best practices within the industry, and we're always vigilant, trying to improve our services to you through our games and through our sponsorship and donation policies. The NLA is committed to being a foundation pillar in the sustainable development of Grenada and a highly reputable lottery operator, where the nation can be confident in our resources and the people can trust our governance procedures.
A jackpot seller certificate was also presented to the lottery agent, Ms. Tricia Phillip of Chevron's department store in St. Patrick. Henry spoke on the winning ticket.
28, 2002. Does anyone know the significance of that date? Maybe the owner. On that date, the winner came into the office and declared his ticket. There is also something else significant on that date. On the same date, the ticket was verified as the winning ticket, and a check was printed, signed, and it was ready for collection.
The Super 6 game is 22 years old. It started off as Win Lotto in the year 2000. The game is played within 4 Windward Islands: Grenada, Dominica, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jackpot starts at $200,000 every cycle, with an increase of $5,000 once there is no winner. From 2015 to 2022, there were 8 Super 6 winners from Grenada, with 1 unclaimed winning. Reese Sam, a marketing manager, provides a little background on the game.
The Super 6 record winning, that is throughout the 4 islands, would have been $2 million, which was won on Tuesday 28th last year, December. Now the record Super 6 winning for Grenada, we handed that over on the 9th of September this year. It was actually $1.2 million. We are very happy to be here to hand over another jackpot, which would be the second jackpot won in Super 6 in 2022.
Christina John, GBN News.
This is Network News from the Grenadian capital. Still ahead from us, no new cross-border travel measures in Grenada, despite uptick in COVID-19 cases in China. Back in a moment.
Enchanted. Saturday, December 31st, the Athletic Stadium will be transformed into a sea of black and silver as we roll out the red carpet for Enchanted. Grenada, get ready to welcome from Barbados the legendary band Crossfire. Crossfire, celebrating their 33rd anniversary, alongside performances from Vern and the Legacy Band.
Mr. Golden.
Dash. Music by
DJ Danny and Kingpin.
Look out for the lovely fireworks display
to welcome 2023.
Get your early bird tickets for only $130.
VIP $450. Complimentary drink on entry.
Don't miss Enchanted, the perfect way to end off 2022
and start 2023.
Brought to you by Megaforce Promotions and sponsored by Netherlands Insurance.
No, this is Christmas time. Celebrate in style. With furniture on, you will make it with your one. With unsecured loans, reduce interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey, fire playing, hey, ham and black cake eating. No, this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Indulge your senses in the exotic fragrances inspired by nature, luscious fruits, tropical flowers, and mesmerizing beaches with Beep Air Freshener. Flowers of paradise, mango papaya, pina colada, pink lemonade zing, radiant sunshine, and white sand beaches make up the Beep Exotic Blends collection, perfectly blending vibrant tropical aromas with the inspiration drawn from around the Caribbean. Beep, for a happy, healthy home.
Why wish upon a star? Our bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, we'll give you low interest and no fun.
Make your wishes come true this Christmas with a loan from Co-op Bank. Make those home renovations, treat your family and friends, and get the things on your Christmas list. All of this is possible with our hassle-free financing of up to $40,000. Apply today and you can be one of the 5 lucky customers to win a shopping spree. Have it all as you wish this Christmas with Co-op Bank. Visit our website or your nearest retail banking unit for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
As you celebrate this festive season, beware of mixing alcohol with energy drinks. Studies show that this combo triples your risk of getting drunk and inhibits your brain's ability to tell that you've had enough. Alcohol is a depressant, while the caffeine in energy drinks act as a stimulant. When you mix the two, you'll feel the stimulant effects of the caffeine more strongly, and this can mask the effects of alcohol. You may not feel drunk, but your body is experiencing the effects of alcohol, so your balance and judgment are affected. Remember, the best option is drinking little or no alcohol this holiday season. Put safety first. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Network News. The Ministry of Health in Grenada says it is not implementing any new cross-border travel measures. There have been concerns about potential restrictions because of an increase in COVID-19 cases in several countries across the world. Actions have been taken by European Union countries and the United States amidst an uptick in COVID-19 cases, especially in China. Details in this dispatch from Nisha Paul.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles says while the Ministry of Health has not contemplated instituting new cross-border measures at this time, officials are monitoring the COVID-19 situation with concern as it evolves in other regions of the world.
Even though these new variants have caused an uptick in the number of infections, in general, they have not been as severe as some of those in the past. So that is the only encouraging bit of information. It does not mean that one cannot, arise sometime in the future and cause significant problems.
The CMO says the Ministry of Health continues to have cases reported on a daily basis. However, explained it is difficult to describe the situation as it relates to COVID accurately at this time.
Right now, we are in the North American flu season. All right, so right around this time of the year, we generally see an increase in the number of cases of flu-like illness. All right, and this as a result of different diseases. All right, so we have influenza, and there are the other common cold viruses that are circulating at present, in addition to COVID.
He also used the opportunity to remind the public that the message about COVID has not changed, noting that despite measures taken to control, the virus has still been able to get around some of them and spread.
What we would like to remind the public is that the message about COVID has not changed. All right? It is still a virus that is spread from person to person through the air and from contaminated surfaces and contaminated hands. So the measures that were used most recently to get a handle of the situation here locally are the same measures that we encourage persons to continue to follow.
Dr. Charles said vaccine uptake has been slow and continues to encourage Grenadians to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
I believe we stand at about 34-35% of the population being fully vaccinated. We would I've liked it to be in a better place, but we do understand that many persons have their reservations.
Dr. Charles says from the onset of COVID-19 up to December 23, the Ministry of Health recorded 19,666 positive cases, of which 19,405 have recovered and 238 deaths. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
The Traffic Department is recommending a pre-inspection of vehicles. The department will introduce new license discs from next week. Sergeant Ryan Smith is calling on motorists to have a mechanic inspect their vehicles before bringing them to the police for inspection.
Persons must present the vehicle at the inspection center thoroughly cleaned. And when we say thoroughly cleaned, we mean both the exterior and the interior of that vehicle must be thoroughly cleaned. Now, what we would want to advise persons that a mechanic must check that vehicle before you present it at the inspection center. All right, so that mechanic will give you an appreciation as to whether or not your vehicle is ready for inspection, because we don't want you to be turning up at the center and then you have to turn back. Now, there is also what we refer to as a 6-week window in which persons are required to get the vehicle inspected.
Sergeant Smith highlighted challenges encountered when motorists show up for inspection.
You have to ensure that we have been having some issues in terms of vehicles showing up at the inspection center with the wheels outside of the wheel box. All right, the wheel's supposed to be confined to the wheel box. You have persons turning up with lights that are colored. The rays from the headlamps are being colored. Some people turning up with their windscreen washer not working. The wiper blades are cracked and so on, and it cannot really get the water of the windscreen. Lights are not working. You have to ensure that all your lights are working. The braking system is working. Your handbrakes is and so on is working. So you have to ensure that all those things are working. Your tires are not defective.
All right, so an announcement by police of new license discs for vehicle owners is what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter, as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
New license discs are being issued to vehicle owners starting next week.
From the first week of January 2023, motor vehicle owners will have a new licensing decal or disc attached to their vehicles. Sergeant Edward Abraham, officer in charge of the licensing department within Inland Revenue, says the new system has been tested and is up and ready for implementation. The officer explains the adjustments.
All right, in 2023, the RGPF will be rolling out a new license decal, which we call the disc or the sticker on the windscreen. For over the years, we have been using what we know on the screen right now as a disc, and where we have to punch it and mark on it and everything like that.
Social media users took to the comments section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Davis said, "I applaud this move. There are vehicles on the road year after year that have never been inspected with no insurance and yet carries a sticker. This is good, so that every vehicle must be inspected. Do you know how they end up with a sticker without being inspected? My other concern, we the legitimate drivers on the road after paying so much to be on the road, and then we encounter real bad roads like in Grandetang, damaging our vehicles, costing thousands of dollars. We would like to appeal to government to give us better roads after collecting so much in vehicle licenses payments." This person said, "So with all the prerequisites for licensing and inspection as well as the associated fees, the necessary department or division should please ensure roads are conducive to roadworthy vehicles." And Michael said, "Why can't we pay for the disc and collect in one place in Pearls? Why have to go and come back? That makes no sense. That's real problems and slows down the process." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
You're watching Network News. Stay with us. We'll be back.
They come with a catalog you know word for word. They have a league of fans that stretch as far as the eye can see. Their legacy speaks for itself, so we don't have to. The Radisson Grenada Beach Resort is the place to be this New Year's Eve from 9 p.m. for the classic way to ring in the new year, featuring Third World.
You should know it's time for the world to. So won't you try?
This classic cast will also feature Sabrina and the Treehouse Band live. Early bird tickets are available at GoToFets.com and Cast Unisex Boutique. Single tickets $500, couples $800. Sunshine Promotions presents Classic. A signature all-inclusive experience, celebrating the old and welcoming the new. Sponsored by Blast, Independence Agencies Limited, St. Augustine Medical Services, Radisson Grenada Beach Resort, Best Quote Construction, and Netherlands Insurance, proud supporter of the arts.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spicile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carenage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 440-1500. or visit any of our 3 locations. Spicile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
use WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Give the gift of sight with a little help from Quartz Optical. Choose from the widest selection of fashionable and affordable frames with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today at www.quartzoptical.com and get a free gift with every frame plus lens purchase. Come enjoy our gift to you from Quartz Optical, where your eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. Merry Christmas from Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more, like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Rebecca Television Center, the government of Grenada has reinstated a subvention for the Hilarion home. Details in this report from the Government Information Service.
The facility was established 50 years ago by Father Hilarion, who was the parish priest at the time, to assist in providing the needs of elderly citizens from the St. Patrick and surrounding parishes. Parliamentary representative for St. Patrick West, Honorable Joseph Andel, says providing the subvention will ensure that the residents' basic needs are provided and they are made comfortable.
Government has demonstrated its commitment to the reopening by ensuring that the subvention is reinstated so that the basic needs of the home can be met going forward. I would like to thank members of the Board of Trustees also for their unstinting work over the years to ensure that the work begun by Father Hilarion so many years ago did not go in vain. And so when they approached me a few months ago, I was more than happy to work with them to ensure that the government subvention was reinstated so that the work of the home could continue as was originally intended.
On Wednesday, the government partnered with China Harbour Engineering Company to refurbish and reopen the home. China Harbour donated EC $5,000 to the board to assist in renovating the property. Parliamentary representative for St. Patrick East and Minister for Infrastructure Development, Honorable Dennis Cornwell, said it is government's intention to reopen the home, which has been closed since the pandemic, to support the elderly who are in need of additional care.
We believe that the home that was started by Father Hilarion, the Catholic priest at the time, was done on the basis that having seen an old man died on a dirt floor with flies all over his body, he made a decision to open this home to ensure that no other person in our community go through such a bad situation. And therefore today, we are committed to continue with the home being opened so that it can cater for the residents who will become old at some point in time in St. Patrick's. It could be me, it could be any other person and so on. So I'm interested in ensuring that this home be resuscitated and be able to cater for the residents that used to be here. Some of them have died, but some are still around. And we want to make sure that we can basically give life back to this building.
Project manager of China Harbour, Nanjing Chu, says renovation is scheduled to be completed by July 2023. He is grateful that his company can contribute to the well-being of Grenadians in need.
As a corporate, we'd like to be more involved in the community construction and to undertake our social responsibility.
以及更多的参与到格林纳达的一些基础设施的建设。
And also to be more engaging in the infrastructure construction in the Grenada.
All right, thank you very much. A concerning state of affairs at the Liverpool Boardwalk was captured by this evening's citizen journalist. It's time to take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Featured in tonight's ISAW is the alarming deterioration of the Liverpool Boardwalk. The boardwalk, one of the main tourist attractions in the area, is photographed partially submerged in water. Residents are calling for the relevant authority to look into the destruction of the site. Residents are concerned about whether the removal of the mangrove trees by building contractors is one of the main contributing factors to the boardwalk being submerged. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still to come in the sports news, Jamal Ray Charles awarded Footballer of the Year, and the world continues to mourn legendary footballer Pele.
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love, getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Whether you're shopping for hardware, building materials, and appliances, Hubbard's Building Supplies at Grand Anse is the place to shop. With improved facilities, increased parking, wider variety of products, and a trendy and spacious layout, catering for all your shopping needs. Why wait? Visit Hubbard's Building Supplies today. Now open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hubbard's. Quality service, affordable prices.
Sweet tips for people living with diabetes this holiday season. Add spices like cinnamon or ginger to enhance the flavor of sorrel. It doesn't have to be extra sweet. Have a limited amount of cake or ice cream as part of your meal. For example, if your meal has 3 grains of green banana, replace 1 grain of banana with a small slice of cake. Don't skip meals and keep your portion sizes in mind. Flavor desserts with local spices and natural sugar-free sweeteners. Enjoy the natural sugars in fruits when making punches or drinks instead of using condensed milk or sugar. You don't have to be perfect at every meal. Just be cautious of your choices. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council.
Looking for expert in sounds, stage and lighting engineering? Double D Sound, sound reinforcement and public address system, rentals for concerts, weddings, meetings, conferences, live shows, parties and crusades. Double D Sound. We also sell all types of musical instruments, accessories and replacement parts. You looking for intercommunication and programmable bell systems, especially for schools? Double D Sound. Looking for amplifiers, speakers, keyboards, matching drums, wind and percussion instruments, transistors and more. We rent stages of any size, concert stage, lighting, party, tents, tables, and chairs. Call Double D Sound, 405-9685. Hearing and feeling the difference. Double D Sound.
Hubbard's is once again innovating the way you shop with its new online store, providing 24-hour shopping convenience. You can shop now for appliances, hardware, houseware, building material, and more. Free delivery island-wide. Start shopping now at hubbardshardware.gd. Safe, convenient, reliable.
Hello sporting fans. Inside Caribbean Football has named Grenadian Jamal Ray Charles Grenada's Footballer of the Year. The young midfielder is among some of the top Caribbean football players who were selected. 27-year-old Charles had a good year in the Liga Nacional de Honduras, where he scored 6 goals for Real Sociedad. He was also instrumental in helping Paradise FC International win the 2022 Wagiti Super Knockout Tournament, which earned the club $100,000. The goal machine, as he's affectionately referred to, helped Grenada national senior men's team Spice Boys secure a place in League A in the 2022-2023 CONCACAF Nations League. He scored 3 goals in 3 matches. He and the Spice Boys will face the United States in the second leg of the 2022-2023 CONCACAF Nations on March 24 at the Karani James Athletics Stadium. The King, who won 3 World Cups and was widely considered the greatest footballer of all time, died at the age of 82 in Sao Paulo on Thursday. Tributes have poured in for the late footballer, including from Brazil forward Neymar, who said, before Pelé, football was only a sport. He said Pelé changed everything. He added Pelé turned football into art and entertainment and gave a voice to the poor and black people. France striker and Neymar's Paris Saint-Germain teammates Kylian Mbappe added that Pelé's legacy will never be forgotten. As a black man, Pelé rose to the status of national treasure in a country with a deep history of slavery and legacy of segregation that persists. Pelé was key to carving out space and recognition for black people in Brazilian football. Overnight, Pelé's face shone on buildings across the South American nation, and landmarks were lit up in his memory. Fans took to the streets dressed in his iconic number 10 shirt. Brazil's government has declared 3 days of national mourning. Pelé had been undergoing treatment for colon cancer since 2021. Knowing his condition was worsening, Brazilians had spent weeks reflecting on his life and legacy. Many feel relieved his suffering is over, but he is an iconic sportsman who will be dearly missed. The hospital issued a statement confirming his death from multiple organ failure connected to his cancer. Pelé's wake will be held on Monday at the Santos Football Club, where for many years was his home stadium. The following day, his coffin will be carried through the streets of the coastal city of Santos before a private burial there. His funeral will be held at the Vila Belmiro Stadium outside Sao Paulo, where Pelé played some of the best matches of his career. What a football legend. All right. Indian cricketer Rishabh Pant has been injured in a car accident in the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand and is now in stable condition. Pant, considered India's best ever wicket-keeper batsman by many experts, was alone in the car at the time, which collided with a road divider and caught fire in the early hours of Friday in his home state. The cricketer managed to break a window and exit the vehicle before it caught fire. Pant was driving his Mercedes when the car hit a divider on a highway. Police said he dozed off and lost control of the car. The batsman suffered injuries to his forehead, a tear ligament in his right knee, along with other injuries. We can tell you too, according to India's cricket board in a statement. The 25-year-old had also hurt his right wrist, ankle, tore, and suffered abrasion injuries to his back. Pant, who is currently in hospital, was alone in the car when the accident occurred. Several Indian and international cricketers have tweeted wishing the 25-year-old a speedy recovery. We wish him a speedy recovery as well. That's the sports news for now. We begin in Guyana. 3 suspects are in police custody there in relation to the murder of Caneville Grove businessman. His sister, Siobhan Adams, is adamant that the incident was set up by someone who knows her brother. HGP TV has more.
The police had on Tuesday arrested 2 women in connection with the murder of prominent businessman, 41-year-old Siobhan Adams of Caneville Grove, East Bank, Demerara, on Boxing Night around 23:40. Speaking with 90 News on Thursday, Adams' younger sister, Siobhan Adams, claimed that she's not familiar with the women who were seen attempting to break into her brother's car and were taken into police custody.
I was told they have 2 women. When we reached there during the night, a police officer said that they saw them trying to break into the car. So that is why they got arrested.
The police report about the incident stated that Adams and the woman he shared an intimate relationship with were exiting the building. Interestingly, Siobhan claimed that she was at home with her brother's fiancé on Monday night when the incident occurred.
My sister, who I know as his fiancé, lives here. She was home here with me and the children, and her mother was here the night when she got the call, and she called my phone. And when she called my phone, I jumped up and I said, oh shucks, I forget to lose the dog. Shem come home already? And she said, no, Siobhan, I now get a call. Come now we go down by the shop, and now get a call, we go down by the shop quick.
Siobhan added that she and Adams' wife-to-be then rushed to the Lot H. Durban and Chapel Street's lodge establishment, where the man's body was already removed. While the police reported that her brother was shot and robbed by two masked and armed suspects, the grieving sis is adamant that the fatal incident was all planned by someone who knows him very well and was aware of the money in the shoulder bag that he had on that night of his demise.
Yes, I think it was planned. Why? I don't know. I think he figured he have money and he could take it. The police hold the two women. Obviously, they have some lead and they know why they hold them. But I think so because everybody around them know him.
Adams, who has a 7-year-old son and was preparing to tie the knot in the new year, was described by his sister as a respectful and forgiving individual. Boxing Day was the last time they spoke, hours before he met his demise. Siobhan is appealing for swift investigations so that those culpable could face the full brunt of the law.
Pray that we get justice for him. I know that we would get justice for him because he was a good person. He didn't deserve that. They didn't have to kill him. So shoot him in his foot if you wanted to scare him. They didn't have to kill him. And then the other thing the policeman said when they pull up, he was asking, take me to the hospital, take me to the hospital. So if White is one of the girls couldn't stop a car or something, at least try to take my brother to the hospital, at least.
Meanwhile, Andrew Ridley, called AIDS man of Alboystown, Georgetown, who was wanted for a previous murder, was on Wednesday arrested as the main suspect in the murder of Adams.
Buffalo, New York is bracing for massive flooding after historic blizzard. Here's the report.
This morning, Americans from coast to coast are preparing to ring in the new year as severe storms bring heavy snow and drenching rain. This is crazy. Oh, boy. Roads in Colorado reopened after a storm caused a stretch of I-70 to close for 9 hours, bringing drivers to a standstill.
There has been so many accidents and so many stuck vehicles that I-70 has now been shut down for almost 10 hours. There's been a few people that I think were in the tunnel that were a little worried about carbon monoxide, and they had their kind of doors propped up with like a towel in front of.
And on the West Coast, an atmospheric river is set to disrupt New Year's travel as new winter storm watches and warnings are posted in Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. Meanwhile, in blizzard-ravaged western New York, the death toll continues to rise, with 39 deaths now confirmed in the area, and we're learning more about those who lost their lives, including Ladrice Curry, who died after having an asthma attack, the storm slowing rescuers who could not reach her in time.
I just want her to know that, I loved her son loved her, the whole family loved her.
This morning, police in the town of Cheektowaga are looking for this man, who they're calling Merry Christmas Jay. Officers want to thank the man after he pulled people from cars and sheltered them in a nearby school. Heroic actions, they say, saved people's lives. Meanwhile, flooding is now the major concern in the Buffalo area.
With temperatures rising, the snow is starting to melt. Officials are clearing storm drains in anticipation of any flooding, and the state is on standby with 800,000 sandbags.
A reminder of the headlines after this. We're going to leave you for now, but first a reminder of the headlines if you're just tuning into the newscast. Political scientist weighs in on questionable gift sent to major state agency. He says integrity in public life is of paramount importance. Young girl loses her life in apparent drowning at Royal Montcammel Falls in St. Andrew. Guns and ammunition discovered in a container at the St. George's port. No new cross-border restrictions in Grenada despite uptick in COVID-19 cases abroad. Regionally, 3 suspects in police custody in relation to businessman's murder in Guyana. Internationally, Buffalo, New York braces for massive flooding after historic blizzard there. Plus in the sports news, Jamal Ray Giles is awarded Footballer of the Year. That's the news, GBN Television News. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, of course, you can tune into the Weekend Review on Sunday if you can. We'll see you soon. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Good night.